Sort rid of. We are let's see. Hey, Sykes. Yeah, took care of some real life stuff. Man, hoping maybe a fresh set of attempts will bring this home. I can get him to phase 2 easy. It's just in phase 2, he just kills me.
Pleasure to see you after all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his things here.
Oh, rude. Ah. No. No, wrong way. I don't have enough MP. It's just the reality is I'm just not doing enough damage. once he gets into phase 2, the health bar is barely moving with all the stuff that I'm doing. Does he like get immune to a type? I don't understand. Like, does he become fire immune or something in phase 2? Oh, no, I mean, I've beaten him before. My issue is how little damage. Like in phase, I'm taking him to phase 1, or taking him into phase 2, so he gets to 65% health in a few seconds, right? I mean, that I'm doing fast. According to this, his resistance in phase 2 shouldn't be any different for fire, and yet I'm just not getting the damage. Like, I'm watching his bar and it's barely moving. I mean, maybe I'm just missing all the time every time. I don't know. That's why I'm just trying to figure out, is there something in phase 2 that's making him highly resistant? This says Scarlet Rot should work phase 2. I'm at a loss. I gave up on Scarlet Rot because it never on him. We'll see.
Done. A pleasure to see you. After all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have them.
Oh, why are you running at me? Go help my buddy. What the hell, dude? Move away from him. Good lord. I keep telling him to drink. It just won't drink. Man, those his health is just like tiny, tiny little ticks. Good lord. Phase 1 is totally manageable. This is all Phase 2.
General Radon, a pleasure to see you. After all this time. But those remains do not belong to me. Lord Moog will have these.
Come on. Man.
General Radon, a pleasure to see you. After all this time. But those remains do not belong to me. Lord Moog will have these.
How about when you guys hits him? That's what I'd like. When you guys actually hit him. Really? Oh shit. Worst timing ever. Yeah, this fight. And can you believe this is a nerfed fight? This used to be harder. It's the physical damage that is mostly killing me. Uh, Owl, I'm not sure I understand the Scarlet spell. You mean Scarlet Aeonia? So far, it seems to be the only thing that's doing any significant damage to him. My whole build is around lava and magma, and it's like phase 1, no problem. Pop him out of phase 1 really fast. Phase 2, guy seems to take no damage at all. And his fire resistance shouldn't have changed. It just seems like I'm not getting any damage in. The Dark Moon taking the meteor attack, that's actually a pretty interesting idea. Oh, I missed the roll by like a second.
General Radahn, a pleasure to see you. After all this time, but those remains do not belong to you. Lord Mo will have his demand.
That's not quite where I wanted to be. Uh-oh. Oh, no, I got it. Nope, I'm toast now. Got free.
I
Oh,
promise you.
well, that'll actually...
1,000-year voyage.
Oh, the rot didn't build up.
guided by
Ah.
compassion.
Did I get him? Got it. I think I got him. Uh-oh. There he is. Oh, nope. Nope, nope. Run away, run away. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh! Ah! I don't even know how he killed him. Yee! I didn't even notice. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the replay to figure out how I killed him. I was so concerned about switching to the next spell. Hey, let me give you a little boost here, buddy. There you go. One more for you. Here, have a golden bow. Ha ha! I'll take it. Yeah, Panic Roll God is about right.
I'm going to be a god.
This is some real Game of Thrones crap going on here.
If we honor our part of the vow, promise me you'll be my consort.
get any more Game of Thrones than that?
I'll make the world a gentler place.
Yeah, by killing everybody. Now I've got two. I could put one on each arm. That'd be cool. Alright, Unspa should be here somewhere now. I will set that up by... There he is. Oh, figured I get to talk to him at least. Bummer. Believe it or not, I've actually done almost everything. So the original game is already beaten, and I've cleared out anything in this area that I cared to clear out. Obviously there's places I haven't been, but this is a second playthrough. So the only reason that I would care would be duplicating remembrances. But I have almost everything that I want already. Pretty sure that's it. Yeah. So... Oh, I wonder... I'm curious. Just one sort of post thing that I'm sure others have checked. Not there. What am I doing? My brain is not functioning. It's fuzzy. Frontier, Divine Beast. Oh, there it is. Small private altar. Nope. Nope. Alright, just curious. Alright, so... Now, back to... Table of Lost Loot. And let's see. I don't know if I have Mogwin's Sacred Spear. Let me think. I'm just curious if there's any of these things that I haven't gotten yet. Pretty sure I still need Molokith's Black Blade, but I have to double check that. Axe of Godfrey or Ash of War. I think I have the Axe of Godfrey. I have one of the two, I must. Elden Beast, I'm like sure that I have both of those items. But King's Blade. Let's see. Frost Stomp. Rage Divine Beast. Let me see. Let me check these first. Sorry, it's about to get boring, folks, unless you kind of want to watch me go through my inventory and figure out what I do and don't have. Sort chest. Alright, so the first one is Mogwin's Sacred Spear. Assume that it's under the spears, like in here or in here. Alright, I don't have Mogwin's Sacred Spear. Hand of Millennia, is that a katana or a heavy katana? Alright. Moloketh's Black Blade. Is that a great sword? Okay, I don't have that one. I bet I have the Axe of Godfrey, though. Axe of Godric. Wait, what was the Horror's Ash of War? That I'd have to look for separately. I don't think... Yeah, you can't store Ashes of War. Dragon King Cragblade. That I have. Ash of War Frost Stomp or... Enraged Divine Beast. I don't even know. Oh, that must be a talisman. Alright, so now, hold on. Ashes. Oh, thank you, Christian. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out, like, what goodies I have. Let's see what Milady wants. Alright, so we're looking for the Hora Ash of War. Alright, that's Divine Beast Frost Stomp, so I have that one. And Hora Loose Earthshaker. Okay. So I have... I just figure out Frost Stomp. And I have the Hora Ash of War. Alright, that gives me a list of things to buy. And if I get an extra, so what? They're worth 1/10 of a level. Alright, so... Mogwin's Sacred Spear, Hand of Millennia, Moloketh's Black Blade, Axe of Godfrey, Dragon King's Cragblade. I have Frost Stomp, so I want the Divine Beast. I have both of those. I think I have... Yep, I have that, and I think I have the Putrescence Cleaver. Blades of Stone. Sorcery I have. Sword Lance. I think I have that. I have both of those. I know I have Butterflies. I don't think I have Pole Blade of the Blood. Of the Bud. I think I have Staff of the Great Beyond. I have both of Mesmer's. Alright. For argument's sake, let's... double check that. Of course, it would help if I wrote those down, because I'm not going to remember all of that. Because I is old. Let's see. Weirdest looking thing you ever did see. Alright. I know I have both of those. Putrescence Cleaver. Sword Lance. Actually, let me see. This is a great axe. No. God. Let's see. Sword Lance is a heavy thrusting sword. I have both of those. Halberd. That's Pole Blade of the Bud. Halberd. Gazing Finger. I don't think I have that. But I might. I did do some double turn-ins. Staff of the Great Beyond. I have Spear of the Impaler because I think that's the one you throw. And I have all of these. I'm going to go double check Spear of the Impaler first. Because that one's on my mind. Sword chest. Alright, spears. Maybe it's down here. Yeah, Spear of the Impaler. Alright. And I've got all the spells. I have every spell and every incantation, so I'm not worried about that. Alright, under Great Axe, do I have... Great Hammers. These are axes, Great Axe. I'm looking for... Putrescent Cleaver. It's possible it's over here. I've one or two items I equipped for one reason or another, but it doesn't look like it. Alright, I need the putrescent cleaver. Sword lance is under a heavy thrusting sword. Thanks, Sykes. I paid money for it. I think it's a good game. I think the developers intended it to be, you know, messed with in this way, so I figure I'll give them the courtesy to actually put that effort in, you know? No shade. Everyone should play the way they want. I'm looking for the heavy thrust. Wait, did I pass heavy thrusting? No, it must be up here. Daggers. Thrown dagger. Go heavy thrusting sword. Alright, what am I looking for? Sword lance. Nope. None of those. Halberds. Halberds. Alright, I'm looking for pole blade of the bud. I don't see it. It's got a very distinct look. Alright, and then colossal weapon, the finger one. I don't have the strength for any of these. I don't see the finger one. But I'm pretty sure I have the Staff of the Great Beyond. That's what, under here? Yep, Staff of the Great Beyond. Alright, I know what to turn in for those. What's the best weapon? You know, that is an excellent question. What is the best weapon? I don't think there's a singular answer for that unless you allow a basic qualifier to say the best weapon, kind of like, generally speaking, in all situations, it's probably one of the best, if not the best weapon. And even though in certain applications there are ones that are better, it's still pretty good, right? Blasphemous Blade. If you have the Blasphemous Blade, you can play this game to your heart's content, and you will, unless you're not going for great sword antics, Blasphemous Blade is probably the best weapon in the game. For all the other ones that people have and all the other stuff they do, it's all gimmicky. Blasphemous Blade, its effect is... It is a subjective question, but it's really hard to deny that if you were going to create a top 10 list, that the Blasphemous Blade would not be on there. If you made a top 3 list, it's hard to argue the Blasphemous Blade would not be there. If you have a top 1 list and the Blasphemous Blade is there, a what if question is probably not going to be what about this weapon? It's going to be, well, but on this fight it's garbage. Yeah, that doesn't mean it's not generally the best weapon. It just means in that one particular fight it's garbage. You'd be really hard pressed. Rivers of Blood may have been that before it got nerfed, but even then, Blasphemous Blade was still top notch. It's hard to... I don't like using it that much, except as a... Like, okay, here's a one way to answer that. Many situations where my setup and stuff is just not doing what I want it to do, I will switch the Blasphemous Blade, go do the thing I'm trying to do, and then go back to my build so that I don't have to deal with the difficulty. Because the Blasphemous Blade is objectively better in that situation. It's just I'm trying to do something interesting. Like a Magma build, which I'm now done with. Have both of those. Using finger. I have both of those, and I have all 3 of those. And I don't think there's any of these I don't already have. I just wish it would tell me. You know what I mean? And I have virtually all of these that I can... This is like a full thing now. Alright, let me... crank up the list. Level up. Man. So here's the catch. Do I want to go for a... if I'm going to do another run through with this tune, what build do I want to do on that run through? Because I'm done with lava. It's fun. And I'll keep Roiling Magma in my spell list, but it's not the main spell that I want to use. Hold on. Let's see. Like, if I want to do a heavy weapon build, I'm going to have to rebuild my stats, for example. Yeah, I don't have the strength for a whole bunch of these. Like, I was thinking about doing a Shadow Sunflower build as a primary melee, and then just have some incantations offhand. Because this thing's just a beast. The problem is, that makes it a very melee-heavy build. Alright, so... gonna do this. Oh, hold on. Oh, and in case you couldn't tell, I did the Frenzied Flame ending. Alright, sword chest. Okay. This run started with a Cypher Peta. Man, it was fun, but it gets old fast. Let's see. It's hard to beat the Hornbow, but that's only if you're an int build. I'm going to leave the rest of these intact, except... there's one more thing for me to get, which is the staff that lets you do both incantations and sorceries. Trying to remember which one that is. I'm actually going to do this. Hold on. Sorry, this is a housekeeping task. Yeah, I'm emptying. You'll see what I'm about to do, actually. So, I'm putting everything out of inventory. So let me offer two reasons to do this. One of which is like while you're playing the game, and one of which is one is like efficiency, right? So I like having one of everything. I'm not altering any outfits. I don't know of any outfit that when you alter it, it gets better. I only know outfits that when you alter it, they get worse. Right? And I know that these talismans, there's a whole bunch of them that I can only use one of. For example, I think I'm going to do, at least initially, a melee-heavy build. But I want to do this. I want to go back to my equipment. Arrows, I'm not messing with. So, by putting everything into... by putting everything into the chest, right, I can come back here and easily find my duplicates. So I don't need Crimson Amber 1, Crimson Amber 2, and 2 copies of Crimson Amber 3, right? They don't stack. I don't need Crimson Seed 1, Crimson Seed and Crimson Seed plus 1. I don't need 2 Blessed Dew Talismans. And I'll actually, I'll show you. This is the kind of stuff that you kind of like pay closer attention to. So when you go to equipment, I'll put one in, right? Now the question is, can I have 2? No, I can't put a second one on. So why do I need 2 of them, right? If I put on the Crimson Seed here, can I put Crimson Seed here? No. So I don't need both of those. I cannot use both of them, and there is no world in which this one's going to be superior to that one. All right? Can I put, if I put a 3 in, which I have sitting in the bank, can I put the 1 or a 2? No. So none of those are of any good. Now it turns out that the only one that I intentionally just duplicated, so I need to be very cognizant of what I'm doing here. There's no reason for me to have them even in the bank. Now, I want one of them in there, which is why I just put that one back. But I don't need, I have the 3. I don't need any of 1 or 2. I have a Cerulean Seed plus 1. I don't need a 0 or 2 plus 1s. They don't stack, right? Same thing with Talisman Lord's Bestowal. You can't use more than, there's the same, and I don't even have the double turtle, which I may go back and try and find. You can't have more than one of these, so there's no reason for me to have more than just this one. Same thing, these don't stack. These don't stack. Now, these do stack, right? These two do in fact stack. You can put both of them on, so I want to keep both of those. But these ones, and I'll go back just for argument's sake. I'm going to have to come back, right? Yes, keep the one that will be the best for that slot. So, for example, can I put the second one on? No. So I don't need 2 of them, right? And I'm actually going to keep that one equipped, and I'll show you why in a second. But I can actually put all of these in. Oh, wait a minute. They used to stack. I thought they did. Never mind. So these no longer stack. So America's Source Seal does not stack with Scar Seal. Now, there is one thing to consider, right? And that is that the... I can take that one out. So, notice... So I want to watch everything. This one sets the stats the way that they are, right? But the Source Seal gives me more of everything, but it also increases damage more than what the other one did, right? So one of them increases damage, one of them increases damage a little bit more, right? So it's possible that you want to increase your stats but not take as much more damage. So maybe you might want to use the lesser of the 2. I don't. So again, to be careful, right? This is the one that I want. So I'm going to keep this in my equipment in use, right? And none of these guys stack. These guys over here. So why am I leaving them in that in those positions? That's actually pretty easy to understand, right? So if you go back when you're sorting the chest to make sure that you do and don't sort, or when you go back to sell, you cannot sell something you have equipped. So by sticking those in the equipment slots, I know that I can't sell them by accident, which is what I'm going to do with all this crap. Here we go. No. We'll have it. Here we go. So, these don't stack, right? So same thing, we have a stacking issue. These won't stack together. These two won't stack, and these two won't stack. So there's no reason for me to have 2 copies of them. Same thing, these won't stack, so I only need the big one. And the same is going to be true. If there's a big one of these, I haven't found it yet. But I definitely don't need all of these non-max level ones. Now, this is holy and this is lightning. Now, here's the deal. This is the utmost holy version, right? So it's this, but for holy damage. And as a result, it's not a visual thing. So I don't need any of those because this is the utmost. These don't stack. All right, so this is... These don't stack. Vastly raises immunity. Greatly raises robustness. Vastly raises robustness. Focus. Greatly focus. Oh, hold on. I've got to be careful of. I think I may have missed the equivalent to that. Raises robustness, immunity, focus. Vastly raises robustness, immunity, focus. Don't need both of those. Don't need both of these. Yeah. Again, don't need two of those. Don't need two of those. So this is the process that I'm going through to make sure that I'm dumping copies. Now, it turns out, by the way, that the Beloved Stardust is objectively garbage. The amount that it increases your casting or decreases your casting time is like 0.1%. Someone did a bunch of testing, and the casting time difference was negligible between these two. Like, so small it could not possibly matter, but it does increase the damage you take, so it definitely was not worth the trade-off. But I'm keeping it for completeness purposes. Again, looking for copies. I have those. I don't need two of those. I don't need two of those. I don't need two of those. Coming down to these. Don't need two of those. 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 So now, at least for my talismans, I'm relatively clean. Now, as it turns out, I had put two of them, these two, into inventory, right? Or I equipped them, excuse me. So I'm now going to come back over here. I'm going to sell all that. And I'm going to come back over here, go to sell, and I want to be careful which column I'm selling from, right? And I'm going to try and I'm going to sell all of them, and then a message will come popping up. It actually hurts to do this because I'm a collector, right? So now when I try and sell this one, it won't let me because it's equipped. So I can't screw that up. The reason that I put everything into the bank before I do something like this is to make sure that I don't screw that up. It adds up. It does. Double Godskin peelers? Which one are you talking about? Oh, the swords. Okay. Now, I told you there were two reasons. So there's another reason. There are times that you want to do fast item changes just as you're entering into an arena before the boss goes into combat. For example, you could intentionally... Hold on. For example, you could intentionally put on... sword chest. It's like I don't have anything, so... Come on. Let's say you're going to use your Mimic. So you put this on, summon your Mimic, and then quickly change it off. Right? If you only have 4 or 5 items in your inventory, that's really fast. It's easy to get to, boom, 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 you're done. If you have all of your talismans sitting inside your inventory. You have to then mouse to the one that you want. But because you keep it down to very few, it makes it much easier to do that very fast swap. So, that's the reason. FYI. Now, for weapons, you don't need 17 daggers. I don't need 3 Fire Knight short swords. Falk sword, Milady, yep. So, okay, to be fair about Milady, though, the reason Milady's awesome is because of its Ash of War. And you can put that Ash of War in another weapon. I may... For some weapons, it's tempting to have 2 of them, but here's the thing. I don't know... Let me go back. I didn't mean to skip out on it. If you have a weapon that you can duplicate, does that behave differently than if you put one of each of that weapon in each hand? I've never thought to test that. Anyway. Like, why might one want to... I'm just curious. So, is there a reason... Alright. I'm curious. So that's just swinging the main hand, right? This is offhand. It's an interesting moveset. Sure, lots of swords have it. I've just never played with it before. Interesting. It's a reason to keep 2 of them, I suppose. Trying to think if there's... I may let the weapons stack up more, just for that reason. I haven't really played with which ones are worth having 2 of and which ones aren't. Alright. Question is, what's my next... So here's, by the way, here's Milady. And the reason that I'm going to show this one off... Here's Milady. It's a moveset. It's a great moveset. But you need 5 swings to get to its main, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright? And here is Milady. I want to be clear, I'm using Milady. Here's the power attack. But wait, what do you mean? Here is the other Milady. This is the one that they're talking about. This is a outrageous attack. Milady is a regular weapon that is preloaded with an Ash of War. Let me say that again. Milady is a regular weapon preloaded with an Ash of War. It's not actually special. It is a regular weapon with a special name. And as a result, you can put any Ash of War on it you want, and it won't have that attack set. So Muad is not wrong, but you got to remember that you have to actually keep the Ash of War on it. Now, because of that, if you look at the Ash of War that you can now give it an Ash of War with an affinity. So yeah, Milady is an awesome weapon, no question. Do I want to do a Colossal? What do I want to do? By the way, I tried playing with a dancing sword. Have you guys seen the dancing sword stuff? Do you guys want to see the dancing sword stuff? It's actually freaking crazy. Hold on, I need the gear for it too. Dancer's hood. Dancer's dress. Are there gloves? I forget. Hold on. Bracers and trousers. Dancer's bracer and dancer's trousers. All right, check this out. This is so crazy. If you guys haven't seen this before, all right, so, duh. I was tempted to level up this sword just because this is so cool. All right, so this is one sword, right? Motions are pretty cool. It's, what is this considered to be? A curved sword, right? But watch this. Right, hold on. So, single weapon, both hands, right? Now this moveset, look, both swords are working with each other the way you'd kind of expect, right? Alright, now here's the crazy part. I am going to press and hold shift and right mouse. That's all that I'm doing. I'm not tapping anything. I'm just holding the buttons. Look at that. Just keeps going and going. Isn't that insane? And here's the cool thing. The armor's made for it. If you actually look at... Oh, hold on. If you actually look at the armor... enhances the power of dancing attacks. So that's considered to be a dancing attack. Isn't that nuts? There's some YouTube videos that show this build, and the people that do it are like, I thought this was going to be a total gimmick and garbage and it wasn't going to work, and then they're absolutely melting bosses. Oh, I don't know. I'm so not a melee player. All right, let me see. Let me see if there's a... me see. I'm looking to see if there's a good... All right, let me see. The key is, I'm not going to modify my stats for it because I don't think I want to do a playthrough with this build. If I did, I'm going to get sick of it fast. But I will sort chests. Let me see. All right. I'm going to want... I think Radon probably would have done one attack and killed in like a single shot. But maybe. These are nice to carry when you're not, when you need to like load up a little bit. Let's add the damage resistance. Probably going to be casting spells, so that might be handy. Alright, let's see. Roar. I don't know if that one's of any use. Dancer, 100%. Because it's a low load build. Oh yeah. I don't think those stack, but just in case they do. Let me see. Oop, cancel. Alright, for sure, we're gonna want... Oh, for sure, Dancer's Charm, Alexander... For sure, we're gonna want successive attacks. I don't think I can use this... Yeah, I can't use them both. Poisoning or rot. Don't know if these are going to be... Alright, let's do these... oh, actually, I wondered about this one. Alright, and... So I have no defensive stuff in there. I probably want, for giggle's sakes, to... Let's see. I definitely want that. That's maxed, right? Yeah. For the moment, horn bow. I may not stay that way. I need to look at what stats I have later. And if I'm going to carry a staff, I'm going to carry that one. And if I... wait, is this the one that lets you cast both? Crap. It's a... Yeah. It's the Staff of the Great Beyond. And then just in case I actually want... Okay. Let's see. So Staff of the Great Beyond lets me cast any sorcery or incantation. It's not particularly great at either one of them, but I also want to crank it up.
Now.
I have 7 Somber Ancient. I'm not sure I want to spend one on this sword. I will. Why not? Now I have 5. Alright, you're talking me into trying this build. But first, we're going to go someplace boring with it. This is my go-to place. Because if the dude with a shield can just railroad me, then I know the build's a bad choice. Golden Vow. Now, let's see here. First, without doing the dance. Holy cow. So what happens if I do this? Where's the dude with the horn? I don't need him blowing that horn. Yeah, the problem is that it's not... he's breaking the poise. Yeah, he's breaking my ability to attack at all. Hold on, I got one more guy's about to add in here. Yep. It looks cool, but man. What? No. The problem is that the moment I get hit, it breaks the dance. And so the advantage of it is largely lost. I need if the dance would maintain, that would be a little bit more interesting. But man, the amount of damage that's doing is pretty sick. Let's see if we go. Let's go down to Selling.
Young apprentice, you are a tadpole when it comes to magic. So, to become a sorcerer, for now.
Ah, poison. So see how the poison is breaking my ability to continue to dance. Is that true when it's just like this? Okay, it's only when it puffs out the poison. Alright. It's interesting. Sorry, I'm just playing around with it for the moment. Hey, Radon. I started playing it, and I wasn't compelled to keep going. I didn't think it was bad, it just was, like, there. Man, this thing's a meat grinder. I will say that. Ah, that stupid torch. I hate that thing. Alright, the real question is... okay, so the Cellin storyline. I have... Oh, that meant to do this. Holy cow. I gotta admit, that's pretty cool. So, this particular... Okay, so there's two... You're asking the real questions here. So, these swords have what's called a dancing attack. So, their attack is Unending Dance, which is this style of attack. And all I'm doing is I'm holding the right button and shift. I'm playing on a mouse. So it's it just keeps going. Now, the rest of the build to do this is that this particular outfit, specifically, the dancer's set, also has... oh, I have to do inventory. I'm trying to show you what it has. So all of the dancer's gear enhances the power of dancing attacks. And then on top of that, I'm using the blue dancer charm, which increases attack with low load. So I'm like, what's my load? 17 of 90. And then Alexander's and the Rotten Winged, which gives me successive attack bump. And I'm not sure if the dance maintains the same stance after a while. But I figured what the heck, can't hurt. So... And this is when I'm using it, so this is one hand. Yeah, it's a DLC thing. And then this is, if I right-click, it automatically goes to the dancing attack. And then this offhand that I'm using lets me cast both incantations and sorceries. Not as high a sorcery scaling as it could be, but I then only have to have the one item. So the question ultimately becomes... hate those guys. I don't know how that torch, they just like hold it at you and somehow... certainly love being fast. Oh, you're welcome. I explain things. It's what I do. Hey guys, check that out. It'll warm you up. That's what I think of your torch. Anyway, so, yep, that's fun stuff. Alright, Sellen's storyline. Here's the weird thing. Maybe I'm wrong. First playthrough, I know I pushed Sellen's storyline. I don't think I pushed it the second time. Yeah, she'd be here if I had pushed her storyline. I guess I didn't. Man, I am not the offhand, but I don't think I want to do a whole playthrough like this. Yeah, I've in my last playthrough I did that. This one, I don't even know at this point if I can push her whole storyline. I was specifically after finishing what's his name? Saluvius. I wanted to finish his quest line so I could get the talisman to increase magic damage. That's one I rarely actually do because I find his whole thing repugnant. My first playthrough I got Dung Eater, my second playthrough I got the magic talisman. Now if I really wanted to make this work,
Is it thy wish to... Now.
do a rebirth. Actually, I should look at the weapon for cancer rebirth. Yes.
Be not, I would burn.
I would look at this and see this is 100% Dex build, right? Dex is the only thing that this cares about. And I'm fairly certain there is no touching it with an Ash of War. It would really surprise me if there was. Ash, nope. Right. So what I would probably do with this is make it a
Now.
I would probably go max Dex. I would probably make sure I have enough strength at a minimum to use stuff. I need the vigor to survive. I don't need that much endurance. But in order to maintain the dance, I need enough mind, but I don't think I need that much. So that leaves open, and I have plenty of points for it. Do I do this with a faith or with a intelligence build? And int gets me more damage spells, but very little in terms of spells that actually do helpful things besides damage opponents. By contrast, faith is loaded with like helpful spells. So I'd be tempted to push faith up something like 72. Get enough int to make sure that I've got at least the spells covered. And I have to figure out if there are any specific spells like, oh crap, I really need that, so that one's got to get there. After that, I'm not sure what direction that I would go. I guess the sword's going to gain nothing from more strength, but defense will increase. So we could do something like this if I were to do the Dancer build. I'm just not sure that that's what I want to do. Thoughts? Anyone? Alright.
Thou art now my third.
Now I'm afraid. Okay, I can't even use this. But I can use that. Is there any staff that I can use? Uh-oh. I should have checked that. If I can't use that, then spells are pretty much useless. Yeah. Heal, vow, spears, scarlet, blessing. Oh, I can't use it, don't have the arcane. Is there any of these that I want to do? Got heal from afar. That's the only healing spell you need. Protect me, cleanse me. Just, it's good to have different damage types, but right now I don't have any elemental damage. Probably that. Alright, let's go someplace and try it out. Where haven't I been? Cliff Bottom. Ugh, I hate that one. Oh, I haven't been to these two. But that is not how I get there. This is. Hey, Slim.
Well, divorce.
What you got? just... Oh, I did not mean to do that. Lord. And that's twice. I'm an idiot. Oh well, I don't like it anyway. Well, I mean, that's a choice. I know there's at least one merchant that doesn't sell the same stuff if you kill him. The bell bearing doesn't give you the same items. I do not know if that's the case here. Ah. So, and this is not a normal merchant if you're talking about those guys, right? The Godok, the guy that's at Stormvale Castle, if you follow through all the quest lines completely, he does not have a quest line, but he is adjacent to a couple of quest lines. I think I'm in the wrong place. Uh-oh. I almost went off that edge. Hold on. Yeah, I need to be down there. If you don't follow those quest lines to completion, he will not appear in Stormvale Castle. And if he does not show up as a merchant in Stormvale Castle, you cannot buy from him a Ancient Smithing Dragonstone. May not matter. I've got 15 or 16 of them now, but... I think I want to go to the one that's up there, but let me... And that's a minor thing. I just don't know if there are any other merchants that have that same issue. I also use the merchant to know whether or not the bell-bearing hunter is in a particular location. Oh, did I just get someone's attention? Maybe. Ow! Ouch. Owie. That hurt. He blew up his buddy. I also want this to be that. Nope, nope, jump back. Oh, I hate this place. I have a bad feeling about this. This is the puzzle. And I don't think I want to do the whole damn puzzle. I definitely don't want to do the whole damn puzzle. I'm out. I don't know if you guys have done this one, but it's a big giant goddamn puzzle. And it's really infuriating. You end up running around. There's actually a lot of running around and not a lot of like doing something interesting. So I'm not going to do that. That does not sound like a fun thing. Nope. Oh, give me an alcove. On back down. Those are the eyes you get when you do the frenzied flame ending. Nope, that's not gonna work. See the guy facing down? That means you can go down. So, here, I'll say that again, sorry. If you look up at that, right above my head, see that guy? Okay, I have a theory, and I'm pretty sure I'm right. Anytime you come to a location where there is a body that is hanging with its feet out and down, like it's trying to go down, like that one, see the head's facing down, that means you can drop at that point safely. If it's someone trying to crawl back up again, so their legs are dangling and the head is up like this, you cannot drop safely. The point being, when the head's facing down, it's like telling you, danger, danger. So, just sort of a curiosity. Perhaps I'm wrong. Like the way this is working. I just know when it gets to the big stuff, I'm going to be terrible at it. So this one is also a puzzle. Just Aye, come on. Swing, swing! Good lord. This is where that gets interesting. Oh, no. Coming back down. Here's the one on the right. Alright, one on the right. So see how there's a guy hanging right here? Right there. See? See? Ah! Ah! Now, this one is both, right? Feet dangling, head dangling. So I plead the fifth on that one's ability to do anything interesting. But you can drop, just not in that spot. So I do not claim that that one's telling you anything. That one's telling you, yes, there is a drop somewhere near here. That's what that one's telling you. Interesting fact. The difference between the powered version of this spell and the regular version of this spell is whether you have 4 or 6 lightning bolts. But those lightning bolts are the same power. So when you have the increase empowered spell talisman, it does not do nearly as much as it normally would, because only the center lightning bolt actually gets empowered. Gotta admit, at least for walking trash in a dungeon, this is actually kind of interesting. What? Oh, come on. That was just rude. $20,000 runes so far. Sorry, I just got so used to making so many runes. And now, right off the edge. Boop. Ooh. Ooh. Off there. will say I am missing having the FB. What just happened? Oh, wait. Oh, that guy just spawned, or switched. Now, the catch is, can you get this chariot? I don't think this gets this chariot, is the thing. Have to get creative here. Question is, did I get the fire shooting up there or not? I didn't. That'll do it. Uh-oh. This one's a little bit of a puzzle, but not nearly as much as the other one. Hold on. I may have to go back that way. Crap. Never mind. So oh, shit. You ever not been killed by one of those? Me either. That looks dangerous. Get him? I got him. Love how he throws the death smoke. What's up with that? That seems like a cheat code. Didn't I just sell one of those? That wouldn't have been here if I sold one. So, the chariots, right? The reason why when I walked in there was like that kind of explosion that happened was like ching, like that. They get teleported around. They either roll to a location or they teleport to a location. And the reason why that actually matters is the reason that actually matters, which one it is because if you destroy one that's been teleported in another location, it no longer, so it'll like teleport to a different location, I think now. Which way is spinning? All right. I think that's how you end up destroying them. In this place. But those guys should have been. I swear, one of those got destroyed. Oh. I feel like I must have gotten something wrong. Oh no! I missed. I got some specific aspect of this incorrect. It'd be nice if you actually swung when I told you to. Good lord. Guys are timed really badly now. What? No. I didn't even jump. Problem is I'm hitting it at an angle, and I thought I stepped off with the correct amount of shift. Bleh. Kicked in here. They call them basilisks, I call them frogs. I don't care. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do this. On a big slim. Okay. Oh, come on. Okay. Okay, there's that teleport. fairly certain there's nothing down there for me to run to. Oh no, there is. That's right. I can't reverse course here. Duh. Ah! Lies. I was gonna say, the 6 gotta come down. Ah! Forgot about that guy. Ornery bastard. Is that the sound? I think I'm trapped in here. Yep. Guess I have to keep running up higher? I don't know. Not sure I fully understand what I'm missing. not right. Something was supposed to have shifted, and it's not shifting. Like one of the so I moved one of the teleporters, right? I'm trying to understand what I missed. What am I missing? Separated nicely. Hurry up. I'm actually at a loss right now. What did I fail to do? What am I missing? Trying to, it's like I'm missing something, right? I did all the things you're supposed to do, and it's supposed to teleport one of those into the path of another one, and then they smash into each other and they all start breaking apart. But that hasn't happened yet, so I'm confused. Not sure what I missed. Was I not supposed to diddle the second one? I don't know. So there's the teleport again. Maybe now the second one will catch the first one? I don't know. Is this all the same damn tunnel? No, I did. So I did this. And when I walked away, it was doing this. And now it's doing it back to the original sense. So the pillar down below is now it, like I have to have this in this position? Well, I did. I walked away from it just like this. Oh, shit. I did this. I swear I did all this. It must be, I don't know. I have a guess. I have a theory. Get all this. See, this is already up because I did all this. But this actually leads to an interesting theory, actually. Which would be that you don't actually have to hit that one. But let me see. So that pillar, I left it alone. That's where I found it. Or rather, I smacked it and I walked away, just like I just did. Right? And this one, this is the same pillar, isn't it? I think that's the same pillar. So now I'm not going to smack that one, because that's probably the mistake that I was making. There we go. Finally. But did that open the door? Because that's the next big question. And did it get this one? Yeah, it must have teleported that one. Alright. So that pillar is in your path twice. So I was putting it in the position it needed to be in, then I was walking away from it. When I got to that upper one, the one that's just up there, and I was knocking it again, thinking that was a second part of the puzzle, when in reality it was all the same puzzle. Alright, good to know. I have no idea what's in here. Oh, I forgot to undo that guy. Oh, this is the dual Crucible Knight fight? You know how I beat this one last time? I used skeletons. I swear, the last time I beat this, I used these guys, the skeletal militiaman ashes. Oh, tell me I can. Okay, good. I have the FP for that. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I can't imagine a worse fight for this build. I just switched over to this to play with it. I had no idea. I think 60,000 runes would be given up on pretty quick. Let's see. Golden Vow, Summon. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. What? Oh, rude. Oh, this was probably a mistake. I should have Oh, why did I do that? Hey, big guy, have one of those. Oh, no, I missed. How about that one? Boom. There it is. Okay, to be fair, I absolutely did not use anything even remotely related to this build for that. So the reason that I use the skeleton is because I can. So to I mean I normally I'm a caster, right? And so these guys just clock my world because I can't control them. So I put the skeletons out there. Um, Oh yeah, imposter! Don't go to that thing early game. So I don't know if you're seeing the message, Raylan, but someone on one of the people who watch me on Twitch was just commenting that when they first started the game, one of those rolling things was at the starting area. I'm like, yeah, you're not supposed to go in there. that yeah, that's a really that's like let's go to level 100 first. That's a really tough place to be, but you get a fantastic bow if you manage it. Um, anyway, the so I used the skeletons because every time they would kill the skeletons, they'd come back up again, and then they would piss off the same Crucible Knight. So I could play with one of them while they were playing with the other one, and I basically killed one, then I killed the other one. It was pretty funny. I think I have a level 10 skeleton ashes in the bank. Oh, that's too much. It's like I'm kind of liking this build, but I'm kind of yep. That's the problem is though is if they get knocked down and the other Crucible Knight does one of his area attacks, it can actually permanently kill them. So it was still a gamble because you don't know when that's going to happen, right? Let's see. If we go here, notice I didn't even go to Ansel River. Isn't that funny? I mean, I did first playthrough. This one I don't care. Wonder how these do against these guys. I'm just playing with this dancer stuff. It's interesting. Oh, and I don't need this here. I gotta admit, that's pretty impressive. That's a decent backstab, too. Huh. Yeah. Man. In the right situations, that dance is pretty interesting. I mean, it's a hell of a lot slower than using the sword, but still. Um, think I'm going to do squat to this dragon back here. My first playthrough, I used Dung Eater for most of it. Until I got to the DLC. Once I picked up the Golem, or the Blacksmith. Hey, you gonna come join me? What's up, Telu? I know you're slow, but jeez. By the way, you actually know the trick to doing this? I'll show you. I shouldn't have hit that guy. That's okay. Pretty sure I did not kill this dragon yet. Yep, I did not. Come on, Wormy. Herman the Wormin. Come on, buddy. Oh, you too. Come on. Come on, Slim. Come on, Worm. What the heck are you doing? Oh, look, he's getting that one. Oh my god. Now you're just making me mad. Well, I got the dragon to beat that guy. If you can get all three of these down and get him to chase you. Yeah, if you can get the dragon to chase all three of these guys, it's pretty funny. Alright, Telu, come on. I need you to come this way, Telu. There he is. There's my Tailu. Oh, nope. Yow. He's rotting from the inside. What sort of crazy ass attack is that? Oh no. And of course, Tailu's gonna kill him. Super fragile. Yeah, I have so many dragon hearts now. I have all the spells. That was my own damn fault. Now what I might be able to do is, I wonder if these guys can break this. That's the big question. Come on, Slim. Oh, you cheater. Come at me, bro. What the hell? What, you stuck? Here we go. Alright, do that again. Do that again. Do that again. Yep, got it. Not that I needed that smithing stone, but now we know how. In case people weren't clear, I am farting around. But I should probably stop. I may have lost those runes too. That's what's funny. Yeah, I've only got a few minutes left anyway. See, it's a permanent break. How long it's been since I've used a stone sword key. Yeah. Yeah. My turn to be cooked. Oh, I got 2. Nice. Oh, gotta have faith. You know, no spells. Gotta have, like when you're dancing, you gotta have faith that it's actually gonna finish landing. It's like, please, before he swings. Oh, I could have been doing this with a rune arc. Why not? Ah. What? Alright. That felt cheap. There we go. Oh, nice. Grats, imposter. Aha! What? 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 Oh, come on. That's just cheap. Oh, at least I got a stake America. The Twin Sentinels, I beat them. That was like on a first attempt, but yeah. Oh, it's gonna hit the walls. Dang it. That was just dumb. See, there's another body that's pointing down. That means it's a you can jump there. Oh, what is in here? Do I even want to know? Oh, it's this guy. Alright, come on, Tiny. Do your thing. Get it. Ha ha. I got him set up to dance. Oh, I'm wearing... this is the Dancer's armor. This is all DLC stuff. I am playing with a... what is otherwise a build that is... I mean, you gotta really love your curved sword play style to like these things. So, it's the Dancer's uniform. I'll show you. You get it in the DLC. Oh, hold on. Oh, I feel like too. Hold on. I swear I picked that up. Alright, let me... What was I cranking up? I was cranking up strength, but now I'm thinking about I might want to increase mind. Anyway, alright, so the build is... Hey, Smokey. It uses the Dancer's outfit, and every piece of the Dancer's has this on it. Hold on. Has this on it. It says, enhances the power of dancing attacks. And that's... So, the weapon is the Dancing Blade of Rana, and it has its Unending Dance is its FP. It only costs 2. So if you right-click and hold Shift, it just does this. It doesn't stop. It just keeps slowly grinding along. And you have some control over what direction it does that in. Hold on. Best first hit in the game. Does 10% plus more. Have rock. Deal with that. Anyway, so that dancing style ends up producing a significant, gross. Ends up producing a pretty significant amount of damage, but then you stack stuff like raises attack power low load, because I'm 15 of 77, Alexander, Rotten Wings Sword Talisman, and Radagons just to speed up the spells that I cast. Anyway, it's interesting. The problem is that it's very reliant on being able to do a specific type of melee attack, and so that if you're on a boss where all you ever get is like dodge, 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 swing, dodge, 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 swing, this is not going to work very well. You need to be able to get at least a significant series of attacks in to get your attack power up. Anyway, so it's an interesting build. I have it cooked up to 10, so it's the dancing sword is definitely an interesting weapon. I went up to the ledge and just kind of ground my way through the Albinurex on the ledge, and it was pretty good at grinding through them. But again, once you get hit, the dance breaks, so you can't get hit. And so some mobs, you can't stun lock them, right? So you can only hold a dance until they do something that affects you, and then you lose the dance and you're staggered and you have to get back into it. So some fights were like significantly difficult to do that way. But yeah, it was interesting. Anyhow, but real life demands my attention again, so I'm going to have to call it there. Thank you all for sticking around. That was fun, and I'm going to have to figure out if I'm going to do a next game with a new build or what I'm going to do. So, awesome. Have a good night, everyone. Keep up the good work, Imposter. Keep enjoying your game. And same with you, Sykes, if you're still watching, and I will see you guys around. Thank you.